Hey everybody, how is everyone today? So I'm doing a little something different than a typical door hanger. We're going to do a little bit of a craft. These become a little bit popular in my shop, so I thought I would show you. They are witch hat sitters. So they sit and you can take them off from the top. They have a little buckle and a strap on them, and then it also comes with a spider web and a spider that kind of sits over it. So I thought it would be fun to show you guys how they're all done. Colors I'm using are always black and white. We've got some drizzle gray and rain gray. I've also got from Deco Art Americana, we've got citron green, we've got green or jack-o'-lantern orange, and lavender purple for you guys. Glitter that I am using is the glitter from Walmart. It's their Sterling brand. It's in a little bit different of a bottle than what it typically comes in, so it fits my wall, but it is a square bottle, okay? And then we'll be using Mod Podge and some Ultra Super Glue. Okay, so that being said, let's flip you down over here. Perfect. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit. Here. Controls. Okay. Alright. I am going to go ahead and throw down some black here on my plate. And I just have my foam rollers. Love these guys. We're going to load up my brush here. Alright. Push these off to the side here. And I'm just going to go ahead and do our hat here. Okay. I'll set that one over here. And we'll do our hat. Okay. Alright. Throw that up on my rack here. I'm going to do one more while we're letting those dry because these are so fast to hurry and do. I figured we could make two different versions. One with all the colors and then a singular color one as well, just to kind of show you guys a different technique of how I do these. Okay. Alright. That one is almost dry. And then the spider, we kind of have to be a little bit careful with our spider, because some of this is white, so right here. Okay. There we go. And then I'll finish up the detail work on him. He'll probably need a little bit of help with his hands up at the top, but most of it is already done for us now. So I'm just kind of dabbing at the top of my foam roller brush to get up here. Other than that, not really messing with it. Okay. And then for these hats, I do typically like to do 2 coats on them. Okay. Clean that up, that brown, and whoops. Definitely use your baby wipes when you're rolling. Okay, let's go back to our hats here. One more coat here. Okay. Voila. And Okay, and that one is done. I'm gonna come back, grab my little spider guy here. Alrighty. Okay, and grab this guy real quick too. Like I said, I will do the touch-up work on these, more detailed part of it, but just getting some coverage. So when I'm done with my ruler, like I said, I will throw it back in my Ziploc bag. I let out a little bit of air, but I like it to have a little bit of air in it. And then I make sure to push it up so that the bag isn't smushing the roller, because it will disform your roller. And then I've got my white here. I may or may not have to put white paint on. So sometimes when I have extra paint, I'll load my roller with whatever's left and store it in the bag that way so that I won't have to use it again. Alright, and just making sure I get my bottom pieces there. And this is just a prime color, so I don't need too many coats here, just priming these. For us. Okay, grabbing our spider webs. So I'm just gonna go about right there, not any closer, because like I said, I'm gonna have to do more detailing, but we can get most of it covered. Makes it just a little bit easier on us. Okay, so there's that one. Do that one more time for you guys. Okay, and just counts that and lean that up there. There we go. Okay, and throw this back in here. Okay. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is we're going to work on our gray here with a little bit of our white. Let me get another plate here. Perfect. Okay. We'll do our white real quick. This is more a touch-up that we're doing. I'm just grabbing a small little brush here. This is a number 2 angle brush. And I'm going to just go around our spider here, getting our edge. Just like that. Okay. And over on this one, same thing. Okay, so I got both of those done, and then I'm going to come in with my lighter gray, which is the drizzle gray. Come on. There we go. Okay, this step is totally unnecessary, but I love the shading that it gives the spider web when I do this. So this is if you want to do a little bit more advanced work here with it. I just kind of go right across on one of my edges of the spider web, and I just add in some of the gray to my spider web here, just kind of giving that spooky gray, not completely bright white vibe. So just the angle brush, the tip of it I'm doing with the lighter gray, the bottom back of it is with the white. These were really popular at my vendor show last year. And we're starting to get some pickup here in the store with them as well. So I thought it would be fun to show you guys them instead of a typical door hanger that I usually do. I thought it would be fun to do a sitter. Okay, so spider web on that one is done. I'm going to go ahead and just do this one real fast for us so that we can show the two different variations here. Here again. There we go. And right through here. Alright. Okay. Throw that in my water there. Alright. Let's get into, actually, where I already have my black on this plate. We'll fix our black here. Well, these are wet. Never mind. Refocusing again there. Okay, we're going to do our darker gray next. And I just got thinking on my buckle. Hold on just a second. I knew I was doing that wrong. We are going to actually use our lighter gray here. Okay. And the white I am actually done with for now. I just realized I just did two of the same color. Wow, it's been a day, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Let me throw that in here real quick. Okay, we are using our lighter gray, and we're going to do the buckle and the buckles and the belt there. Okay. Okay. And when I am doing two of them together, I like to snack my blocks together, and I'll paint my edges at first. It just makes it a little bit easier for painting and faster, I feel like, because you're already going over when you're painting, so that makes it a little bit easier with your edges, right? Okay. Okay, get my edge there and there, and we'll go right here as well. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm silly. I got the inside. Guess I should do the outside. And outside. go here. And we'll go here next. And here. All right, we got these edges here done. I'm gonna lift that guy up and grab my edges here. Alrighty. Okay. Alright, grabbing right here. And clean that one up. And right here. Okay. Those two buckles are done. Those will actually get glittered. Alright. And then with these circles, I kind of just try to get as best as I can with them. These ones actually don't reach all the way through, so let's do that real quick. Okay, let's throw these two together real quick here. We can do our edges. Okay, there. And we'll go here and here and here. Alright. Okay. Okay. So we'll go here, get this covered. Like I said, that's the drizzle gray that we're using. See, this is why tape is important. They don't bounce as much. All right. Slide that one over and we'll do these two pieces. Okay. Right here. And right here. Here. Okay, I'm gonna take this off there, and we'll go here, pick this side up, okay, and here. Oh gosh. Okay, those are painted up there. All right, so I like to do a little bit of dark shading on these belts. I think that it makes it a little bit more fun. So I'm going to take a little bit of my dark gray and the light gray on the back. We're going to move it back and forth here on the plate. Grab just a little bit of water just to make it a little more pliable. Okay, and through here we're going to just do our buckles, maybe. Go right around here, getting our buckle. One more time, getting this buckle. Okay, and then I'm going to do my outer darker edge here around the buckle, around and around. Okay, same thing again on this other one. Just going around here. Okay, we'll get this outer edge. Do this one. Around here. They're darker. I'm going to grab some more paint. Right here. And grab right there. Okay. One more time. We're going to get these longer ones down. I'm going to grab here. Here and just smoothing this out just a touch here. Alright, so we got those. Got just a little bit more water here. Alright, look how that blended through. Sorry guys. Alright, there we go. Those are done. Alright. So then, like I said, I'm going to go back to doing these spiders here. I'm going to grab a detail brush real quick. With the black I already poured for the roller, I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to come in and fix its little legs here. And bring that down. I'm going to fix its head. We're rounding that out. And we're going to fix its other little leg here. Just like so. Okay. Same thing on this next one. So rounding its head just a little, fixing its little butt. The only time I'm going to say cute and little for a spider. Okay, there. Alright, so then from here, I'm actually going to use the black and my rain gray for this part. Okay, so I'm going to grab the back part of my brush with black and the other part with the darker gray. I'm going to move that back and forth there. A little more black there. There we go. And I'm just going to lightly kind of go over its legs here. Kind of like we did with the spider web. Pulling that in. Okay. And then I'm going to do its arch of its head first. Just kind kind of working on my line here. And then I'm going to do the arch of its body. Maybe. I don't seem to want to. There we go. Arch of its body here. Okay, voila. Next one. So same thing, doing its legs first. There. Okay, arching around its head. And then we're going to arch and do its body here. And this way. Grab just a little bit more paint. And done. Okay. It just kind of gives a little bit more shading to our spider, making him look more dimensional. Okay, I'm going to grab my gray here. Okay. And let me grab a baby wipe here. I'm going to wipe off my plate as best as I can. Okay. Alright, so next color, this is when it kind of gets some fun. So that was kind of the boring stage, was doing those ones. But hey, they'll turn out really cool at the end. I'm going to move this guy over because we still need to deal with him. These ones we can set over to the side. I try and move these because it can get a little bit messy. Okay. So we're going to put these guys like this. Okay, yep. All right. So first color I'm going to use is my citron green. So we're going to pour that on there. Okay. And I like to use a chip brush. If my chip brush were here, hold on just one sec. Alright. And I like my chip brushes to be beat up. I like to beat them up. I'll rough them up a little bit in my hands to get them a little bit more freed looking. Try not to do that over your project because the hair comes out. Okay, so we're going to take our brush, kind of go like this, and we're going to add our green here. Just a little more. Okay. All right. So we're going to set that one over here real quick. I'll do this one next. So this is kind of like a dry brush method, but I love the look that it gives with the black. Kind of almost makes it look neon. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, we're going to do our hat here, same way. Grab a little more green. Okay. And then one more time with this one. So typically, I have only done one color before when I do these. But I thought it would be cool, so I have always done like a green one and a purple one and an orange one. And just left them as single colors. But I was thinking it would be really fun for this one to do some more color in it instead of just the green. So let me pick up my green here that I have, and I will do this one of ours, with a lot of the other colors too. So we'll do multiple colors. I thought it would be fun to show you that one. So I have to do one with green because I had an order for it and they wanted a lot of green. So I think this one and that one will work really good for that. And so when I'm cleaning out my brushes, my chip brushes, I'll use a baby wipe and try and get out as much as I can from them. And they dry really fast that way. I don't like soaking them in water too much because it kind of messes up the brush and how I beat it up basically. So, and this is another way to beat up your brush. All right. Oh, I should have used that. Grab that one more time, and I will wipe off as much as I can of my green that's left on this plate. Okay, let's do our orange next. Just grabbing. Okay, and I'm just gonna grab, kind of reminds me of Nickelodeon from when I was a kid with the orange and the green. Okay, just like so. I'm gonna clean up this edge here just a little. And okay, so just like that, easy peasy. You're actually spending more time cleaning the brush probably than doing the actual paintwork, right? Okay. Oh my goodness gracious, there. All right, let's clean up this one. Ooh. Our purple is next. Let me wipe the plate here. Okay. 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 Gonna add some purple next. Alright. Ooh, I like that. That is some fun. Alright, so here, add some purple as well. Kind of gives some hocusy pocusy vibes, right? Alright. There we go. And then, like I said, baby wipe again to clean out our brush. Okay. me clean up my paint. I'll clean the brush one more time and use the rest of it to wipe. Well, I guess I don't really need to wipe up my plate. All right. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to set these over here. Let these dry for a sec while we continue on. All right, so we're going to glitter our buckles next. Okay. Get our Mod Podge. Maybe. There we go. Ooh, goodness. I wanted to pour today. All right, I'm going to grab a Mod Podge brush here. A loved brush, but one that is definitely not suited for painting anymore. Grab right here as well. Grab there. Okay. I'm going to grab and throw some glitter on here. So you want that medium to thick coat. I'll let that sit while I'm doing this one. Okay, a little more. And one more here. There we go. Smooth that out. Okay. Let me throw some of our glitter on here. Okay, perfect. I'll throw my Mod Podge here. Throw that in there. Alright, let's shake this off. Okay, so look how cute that is. We've got one buckle, and we got the next one. Okay. Fill glitter jar there. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get gluing next. Okay, that bottle is glued up. Hold on. Got a bottle, and we will glue our friend up here. I am actually just going to use the edge lines, maybe, on my sign here. For it to glue down on. So just doing a light bead of glue. Okay, there we go. And then just lightly sitting down our spider web here, letting it match up to my edge here and here, and there, that guy. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do my spider. Shoot. Let's see how much we can get under here. Okay. Right there. But okay. Goodness gracious. Okay. I got thinking about the spider web and not the spider. Okay, so just holding that for a second. Okay, and then set him to the side here. Grab this guy. Same thing again here. Right here, some right there, there, there. Okay. Oh, and right there. That's good. We'll get our spider side, so don't forget that. Okay. Keep that like that so don't have to fight with gluing it. Okay, so lining up again. Here, that, and right there. Okay. Okay. Some Mod Podge on the table. Okay. Pressing that down. Okay. Now I'm going to glue our buckle here. There. Okay. Put this guy right here and this guy right here so we can kind of watch how they work together, right? Throw this one here, like so, over in there, okay, push down there, okay, and look at this one here. Okay, hold that down for a sec. All right. And then while I'm here, we'll go ahead and do these. Okay. Okay, making sure that's flush. Pushing that one down. And this side. Sure that one is. There we go. And right here is next. Oops. Alright. Okay, there we go. And there is that. Okay, and so then we've got these. But what I do, because sometimes you're going to see the back, so we don't want to see the unfinished part of it. We don't want our glitter to come off, so I'm going to just place that here real quick. And I'm going to take my smaller brush and we're going to just paint our black here. On our spider here. Okay, going here next. A little more. Alright. And I kind of get right here because I don't want the paint to kind of go over too much or press too hard. Alrighty. And then we'll do this on the other one here as well. Alright, a little more here, and get a little here. And the reason why with this particular one that I glue, because typically you'll see me glue the letters and everything, and I'll hold the letters while I glue. This one, because there's so much that's exposed, that's why I tend to use the glue the other way versus gluing it on. There's no rhyme or wrong reason to it. I've just found that it's easier for me that I don't over glue and then get a sticky back on mine. So that's why I do it this way on these ones. The other ones, it's just personal preference. Okay. Let me grab our paint roller here and make our life a little bit easier so we don't have to paint all of it at this point. You can hurry and roll the rest of it. Okay. So I'm going to sit this right here real quick to dry. Get this guy here. That one there, and then I'm gonna grab these guys right here. Okay, that one's good. And do this one next. Okay, there we go. So the bottoms and the tops are dry. Let me throw my paint roller back in here again. And so we've got this guy here with this one. And I actually like it this way. I think it's fun because it kind of divots. And so I like to place this one like that. Voila! Isn't that the cutest? So you can see. I guess you kind of can't. I'll change the view in just one sec. And then we've got this one here. And this one's like our hocus pocus with lots of color. And this one fits a little snug. Okay. There we go. And let me flip my camera for you guys. All right. And we've got our colorful one. Not cool. And then we've got our all green one. Woohoo! Thanks you guys for watching. And I hope you have fun. Happy crafting. Bye guys.